after the first rotation.
And prepare yourself for this mount. It is extremely difficult. She'll perform 3 layout step-outs right in a row. The first one up to the beam, followed by 2 more. Look at that. There's a tuck back, but she kicks out right there and swings down. She is in a great position to try and lock herself in the top 3, particularly with bone toss 9.887. Really opened up a slight margin there for her.
Again, this is going on while Shannon Miller was performing on the floor exercise. You can hear the music in the background.
She doesn't quite have the perfect form that we see on a Boganskaya. Legs aren't completely locked out. Toes aren't extremely pointed. Beautiful leap, though, showing full extension. Here comes her dismount. The same as Boganskaya's, a double back. Oh, no! Oh, what a fluke! Her right foot missed the beam on the round-off takeoff. This will drop her well out of the top 3.
Now let's take a look at the difference between hitting it just right and tragedy. Her foot slips off the end of the beam by less than an inch. This is a tough crash. Wow, she appears to be okay.
Her score, a 9.412. And Kim Zemesco getting ready now for the uneven bars with Bella Carolla, her coach. They train together in Houston, Texas.
I don't know. I think all of us have grown up a bit faster than most kids our age because of what we have to go through. But, you know, inside we're still little kids, I guess. And that looks pleasant. I hope it's good. Luckily, all of us get along really well, and we're all going through the same thing, so we help each other.
Kim and her teammates spent the summer in intense training at Bella Carolla's ranch outside of Houston. It was 3 months away from friends and family, but Kim's one of the lucky ones.
I don't know how like the other girls do it, you know, staying away from their parents. But, you know, because my parents have helped me a whole lot in my gymnastics, you know, just being there for me.
Kim's parents are in the stands as she's ready to go now on the uneven bars.
This is Kim's most improved event. Anybody who's watched her over the last couple of years has seen her release moves get higher and higher above the bar. Here comes her first one. The Ginger, fly away with a half twist. And here comes her second release move, reverse hex. Dismounts a pike double back. Very nice height. Good amplitude on the dismount. And slight, look how she fought for that landing. Really stuck it and then stepped back and immediately to salute the judge.
She really has improved a great deal on uneven bars. Watch the height on this release move. She's way up above the bar. But there is a slight form break there.
So this was pretty much a standard routine. It had all the requirements necessary. And like you said, Bart, all I saw were a few small form deductions.
Really nice style here. Layout into the pike double back. And watch her fight that landing.
And here comes Kim's score, a 9.937. And Kim's parents, Clarice and David, in the stand. And Kim Zemesco is in first place after 2 rotations. Boganskaya now has moved to second from 4th. Bone toss in 3rd. Okino of the United States in 4th. And Shannon Miller 7th. We'll be back as Kim Zemesco tries to become the first American to win the all-around gold medal at the World Gymnastics Championships.
All right, the dramatic conclusion of the women's all-around coming up a little later. And in a moment, the start of the Iditarod Trail sled dog race.
Last year, I knew they were wrong. I knew in my heart there was something inside me that would not let me quit.
For Paul and Nancy
And Christy, too. Hanging on to their dreams was the smartest thing and probably the sweetest thing they ever did.
Christy Yamaguchi will now defend her world title this March in Oakland, California, and she'll be joined there by Nancy Kerrigan. While Paul Wiley will move on to professional skating and then on to law school. The Iditarod.
She's a little weak, so it might be hard for her to move up.
Betty Okino with her coach Bella Caroli. Let's go back and see how Betty began her gymnastics career. When she was very young, Betty Okino loved to dance, and she was good. With her big brother Eddie as her partner, Betty performed all over local parades and school homecomings, wearing bright costumes and full makeup. But Betty had another love, gymnastics, and when time came to choose between the gym and the stage, she didn't hesitate.
My dream ever since I started in gymnastics was to sort of follow in Mary Lou's footsteps and Nadia's footsteps and win the Olympics like they did.
2 years ago, her love brought her to Houston to train with Bella Caroli. She's become good friends with the other girls there, but she is closest to her grandmother, who moved to Houston last year to take care of her. During the summer, 69-year-old Anna Matei cooked the meals at the ranch.
She means a lot to me because if it wasn't for her, I don't know if I would have made it through this past year because I had a lot of injuries and she helped me get through those too. And also the workouts and everything has gotten harder since the 92 Olympics are closer and closer and the World Championships are just around the corner. So it's gotten tougher, and I needed somebody here with me.
At home in Elmhurst, Illinois, her absence is felt by Eddie, now 18, 8-year-old Gloria, and of course her parents, especially her mother, a Romanian, who moved here with her Ugandan husband when Betty was only 1. They talk on the phone sometimes 3 times a day.
Sometimes it's just like to hear each other's breath. I don't feel a material sacrifice as big as you feel the emotional feeling that you're away from your child. It's not easy to handle.
Still, for now at least, the separation goes on so that Betty can continue to follow her dream.
I want to be thought of as different. I want to be thought of as my own person and different. I want to stand out in a good way when you think about me.
Betty Okino, now the floor exercise.
And as I mentioned earlier, in terms of difficulty, this is probably her weakest event. She opens with a pike double back, which many of the gymnasts are ending their routine with. Fortunately, it was done with very nice form. She is with her face during the dance. Nice triple turn. Here's her middle tumbling run. A whip back through to a double twist. Very nice music selection, showing change of pace. The final tumbling pass is a double back in tucked position. Betty is competing extremely well, though she lacks some of the difficulty necessary to be in the top 3.
Kathy, I think Betty and her coach Bella Caroli realize that if she hopes to be a contender at the Olympics in Barcelona, that she's going to need to add more difficulty, particularly in her tumbling runs. But as you mentioned, she's having a terrific competition, performing to her maximum in every event. On this tumbling run, for instance, she's going to do a whip back through to a backflip with a double twist. To upgrade the difficulty, she would need to add a double backflip instead of the double twist, as you see there.
Betty Aquino, her score a 9.912. When we come back, it'll be Boganskaya on the vault, Zmesko on the balance beam.
What if you left all your worries behind? You grabbed the family, your skis, maybe a picnic lunch.
Mary Lou. Gymnastics' greatest stars in their greatest moments. Kathy Rigby, Kurt Thomas, Mark Connor. Maybe a gold medal. Now 3 decades of gymnastics history can be yours on home video. To order, call 1-800-4ABC-VCR. Only $24.98 plus $3 shipping.
A 9.950.
Which is very important for her. She's the Olympic champion on this event, so obviously very capable of big things here. But building on a 9.95, if she just sticks another one, it could score higher. Beautiful vault. Very few times can you describe a vault as elegant, but with Boganskaya you certainly can. Beautiful extension, the toe point is always perfect.
Seems like when you stop or you see in slow motion any gymnast, you find form breaks, but never do you find a form break throughout that vault on her.
And this is better than her first vault, a 9.962. U.S. coach Bella Carolla. Kathy asked Kim Zmesko if it's important to have Bella on the floor while she's performing.
It's really important for me to have Bella there. Right before I go, I look at him, just one last time, and that usually just gives me that extra confidence that I can do it.
Can you understand what he says?
Yeah.
What does he say? Key words to you.
Just go strong and, do what we've been practicing, and mostly stay down on the landings, because that's where the last, major impression is.
Kim now needs a 9.937, Kathy, to stay in first place.
It's a big score to get here, but this is a good event for Kim, but always a precarious event for anyone, as was shown by Lysenko. Watch this position right here. It's sort of become a trademark pose of Kim. The reverse planche with the one leg bent. Really has 2 key areas in this routine to concentrate on, this being the first. Here's her 2 layout step out. Boganskaya also performed this, as well as Betty Aquino. It was very nicely done. I'll tell you what's most impressive about this gymnast. She has handled so far an incredible amount of pressure. She has led the competition from the start, and only by a very slight margin, and is leading over the defending world champion. Here's a gainer layout. We've seen one of these earlier, off that one leg. Nice little balance break there. It'll be interesting to see what the judges do with it, because she didn't really lose her balance, but she circled that arm to save it. Here's the second critical part, the dismount and the landing. Double back. Whoa! She has been unbelievable with these landings throughout the competition. She knows it's an important factor in trying to win a world championship.
Listen to the crowd.
Now, without getting into comparisons of styles of Boganskaya and Zmesko and which one is better, Boganskaya had the small balance check and the step on the landing.
Look at the power and the aggressiveness on this double back. She finishes it easily.
And as you can see, she really followed hers and Bella's plan to stick and stay low on that landing, because she knows it's the last impression the judges get.
Now she needs a 9.937 to stay in first, and she bests that. Look at this, a 9.962. And Zmesko, after 3 rotations, has the lead. The floor exercise will be next for her, and that's her best event.